Hey, what is going on, comic book familia? This is Ephraim, Past Point Comics. Before we get to the main part of my video, did I make the right choice? I cracked open these two books from CBCS. You can see this one is a 9.6. It's Guardians of the Galaxy #4. It was a J. Scott Campbell comic book, and it had Gamora on the cover, and I cracked this one. This is Something That's Killing the Children. It was a 9.8 written by James Tynion IV. And I'll explain why I cracked them and cleaned them again. And I got them resubmitted through CGC. What were the grades? You're going to find out right now. Okay, before I show you the two books that I cracked and cleaned and resubmitted it, the reason I resubmitted it because two of the artists from the separate books, one was J. Scott Campbell and the other one was James Tynion IV. They were both at San Diego Comic-Con, and I said, you know what? I'm going to get these books signed by them. You always take a chance when you crack open a book to resubmit it, and these are different companies. Will the grades come out the same? Will they be lower? Will they be higher? We're going to find out right now. But before I show you those two books, I got two other ones from J. Scott Campbell's. These are from my own private collection. I just like the covers, and I used to do a lot of signatures by creators, get them verified by CGC. And I did switch over back to CGC. I had a CBCS account. It expired maybe less than a year ago. So for Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, I re-upped and I decided to go back to CGC. I'm not saying one company is better than the other. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. You all make your own decisions if you like CGC, CBCS, or some other company. But like I said, the first two are ones that I just had at the house and I pressed and cleaned them myself. And I just like these covers and I wanted to get them signed by J. Scott Campbell. This is Amazing Spider-Man #4. Was signed by Campbell, like I said, during San Diego Comic-Con. And it has Black Cat on the cover. I like this cover, so I decided to get it graded and signed. You can see his signature right there in red. I think it's pretty cool. And the next book, the same cover, but it's not in black and white like the other one, signed by J. Scott Campbell. And this one was a little bit lower, came back a 9.4. Let me see if you can see it better there. Yep, came back a 9.4. And you can see his signature there again. Okay, now these next two are the books that I cracked and cleaned again. And like I said, they were originally CBCS books. Let me show you the first one again. This one is Guardians of the Galaxy #4. The previous grade was a 9. Oops, I guess you can see it there. The previous grade was a 9.6. So unfortunately, it was a lower grade. So I went, that's the chances you take when you resubmit a book to be graded again, and they're different companies. I hear people say CBCS is a tougher grader than CGC or vice versa, but I really like this cover and I just wanted it signed by J. Scott Campbell. Unfortunately, it came down from the grade. So it was a 9.6 to begin with, and this one came back a 9.4. So I didn't tell them to clean and press it because I had done it myself. Perhaps if I had done that, it might have, bumped up the grade a little bit. I usually may not do this, but I said, you know what, it's not a 9.8, so I don't think I'm ever going to sell it. So next time I go to a convention, I may ask them to crack it and clean it and press it just to see what it would come out as. I normally don't crack open books. I just don't want to take that chance. And obviously this one, didn't work out quite the way I wanted it to. The second one, once again, is Something That's Killing the Children. It came back a 9.8 from CBCS. Same scenario. I opened it before San Diego Comic-Con. I pressed and cleaned it again. And unfortunately, it dropped a grade. It came back a 9.6. Originally, it was a 9.8 through CBCS. And you can see James Tynion's signature right there. I really enjoy this book. Something That's Killing Children is a very good series. It's still ongoing. I may be tempted. I shouldn't I shouldn't do it again. The comic book gods may strike me down and say, come on, dude, enough's enough. But I may get them cleaned and graded again. Send them to CGC and let them do their own cleaning and see if I can get a bump in grade back to what they normally were. But like I said, you take chances when you do this. You know, sometimes the grades go up and sometimes the grades go down, especially when you switch companies. You really don't know what you're going to be getting. So, but I hope you like this video. It's a quick one. Once again, this is F from Passpoint Comics. Go out and buy a comic book and read it. Until next time, everybody, be safe and take care.